The reason why calorie counting hasn't worked for you is because you're guessing. And this is something which I did way back when I was trying to do things for the first time. And so if you're watching this, maybe you have already tried using MyFitnessPal or any other fitness tracker or meal tracker in order to count the number of calories that you're eating. And this is the proven way in order to get results. This is how I actually dropped the 50 pounds over 7 months. And the reason why I put on the 50 pounds is because I was very meticulous with actually gaining it with precision. And so what I want to go through in this video is really going through and understanding why calorie counting isn't working for your specific situation. And if you're watching this, you most likely are a guy in your late 30s, in your 40s, and you're already training, you are eating well, but you still haven't got the results because of weekends, travel, holidays, everything getting in the way. So firstly, let's go through why calorie counting does work, and I'm a case study for that, because it does work when life is very predictable. It's literally, you just know every day is going to be the same, literally. And that was the case because of the bulk of the COVID time. I was in my doing my body transformation, and there was nothing else to do. So all I could do was just focus on that, and that's what built the internal system inside me, where I know when I go out, I can more or less guess what range am I going to be working in, and so I don't need to think about that. But when you do go out, this is where it becomes tricky, when start guesstimating how many calories there are in certain specific foods. So when you're going out for socials, when you're going out for business dinners, when you're going traveling, for example, all of these are situations guessing how many calories are in a drink, or underestimating how many calories there are in dinner. It could be in sauces, it could be in toppings, it could be in oils, and then also travel as well, as in God knows how many calories there are in plain food, in all the snacks, this, that, the other. So all of these add up, and if you're uncareful, then all of a sudden you've been tracking good Monday to Thursday, then all of a sudden a lunch out, a dinner out, another social, all of that doesn't get fully accounted for. So all of a sudden calorie counting doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work because the full week had never been counted. And so what I've realized is, working with executives, it's good to understand what calories actually means. So I recommend building out the first few meals so that you know exactly, if you've counted it once at the beginning, like you know how many calories there are in your oats, you just use 2 scoops, and you mash a banana, boom, you know that's like 400 calories. Great. You don't need to do that every single time. You can just do that once or twice until it's muscle memory. Same with the lunches as well. If you know, like a wrap and some tofu or some chicken breast or some fish, and you put some vegetables in it, boom, that's 400 calories. Great. And you can do that again for a few meals, for breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner. And then that way you don't need to count the calories anymore. You could just literally just portion it out. That's all good. Now, what I want to come on to is when go out and about traveling, because the key is what can you focus on then? Because it's all good and well relying on weeks that are perfect, but the thing is, life isn't perfect. So we gotta build a system when life is not going perfect. And so what I like to use is very simple, three things over here. So we got one circle, so one plate policy, one bowl policy, no going for seconds. The second is, this is your plate, super simple: quarter plate protein, quarter plate carbs, half plate veg. And then the third one is 30 grams of protein, which I want you to have in every single meal. So if you just stick to these 3, then that's great. The other part of this equation is keeping consistent. So this is breakfast, lunch, a snack, a dinner, and maybe another snack in between there if you get hungry. If you keep this structure up, not just Monday to Thursday, but also the weekend as well, then this is what's going to help you stay consistent in the long run using these rules. So remember, the bottom line of this is that simplicity scales. If you did live perfect weeks and you didn't have to go travel, socialize, etc., you could do count your calories and you'd get your results. But we've got to account for the fact that life isn't perfect. So if you stick to simple structure over here, what I just showed you in terms of consistent meal times, having rules, 1 plate policy, quarter plate protein, carbs, half plate veg, and 30 grams of protein, that is what's going to keep you consistent in the long run. Remember, you are the CEO of your life. Nobody else is going to come save you. So give yourself permission